right, we're back for another episode of the Cheap Seats. NBA kicks off tonight, so we're going to do a little bit of preview, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about, Bids. What do you think?
Let's lead off with how do we make this go viral so like 10 million people are listening to us?
We just got to bring it. We got to have some really good content. So, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Basketball, maybe a little Red Sox talk, Major League Baseball playoffs. You want to show Drake some love before we get into all the basketball stuff? I mean, he's feeling it right now. He took over a top spot for a record from our boy Tom Brady, which was pretty impressive.
Have you been watching, or are you sort of, the Sundays have been busy with the kids?
Sundays are always busy with the kids. Yep. And if I'm ever sitting down, I'm probably watching Red Zone most of the time. Just kind of bouncing around, fantasy stuff. I mean, I'll try to watch the Pats when they're on offense, but it's not like I haven't seen Drake. What I've seen has been awesome, but that's usually what I'm doing.
I'm really impressed with the throws that he's making, which is such an elementary thought, but like he's like dropping footballs in buckets. He's making the right plays when the pocket's collapsing. He's not panicking. I love when he's taking off. Like that's the Josh Allen effect.
Except for when he smashes his head against the ground.
Man, it's really just one injury, one play away from all of this love that we have for the Pats right now going away. So I hope he can avoid a big injury. But, dude, some of these throws, they're so impressive. Granted, we're playing the Sisters of the Poor. Our schedule is it's really easy.
Yeah.
But we're taking advantage of an easy schedule, and our quarterback looks really good. And like you said, he took a Tom Brady record.
Yeah, so that record was 21 for 23, I think 91 and change percent completion percentage. Brady was in the 88, 89 range. So that's the highest completion percentage in a game with over 20 throws. So that's no joke. That's a great game. And he did, I think the touchdown, the booty was just like, he just dropped that right in there. He's looking real good.
Yeah, at the end of the first half. And apparently that's like an old Patriots. That goes back to Charlie Weiss. Charlie Weiss apparently drew up that particular formation and that particular play.
Interesting. Yeah. I love that. Who would you rather have as a quarterback than Drake Maye right now?
Mahomes, Allen, Lamar's injured.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar, you have to put Lamar in there. Who do you have?
Do. Well, I mean, I think Mahomes is like playing good right now, and I don't love that they're coming alive because it's like, man, they could just freaking run the table the rest of the year and make it to the Super Bowl again. But Mahomes is just, he's one of one in the league. Josh Allen, definitely. Lamar, definitely. Do you take Drake over Jalen Hurts? Probably not. But I feel like he's in that top 6 or 7 range for QBs, leaping over a lot of guys. You know, would you rather have Drake Maye or Dak Prescott?
You know, I owe the Dallas Cowboy fans an apology. I heard about this at Field Hockey a couple weeks ago because of the way we trashed on Dak. Dak's been playing pretty good.
He's been playing great. People have him in the MVP conversation.
Yeah. Dude, is he like 5, 6, or 7? He's in that area right now, Drake.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Which is freaking awesome. Like, Patriots football is fun again. It's nice to look forward to the games on Sunday, kind of like plan your day around it or whatever. Past 5 years, I didn't care when the Pats played. Yeah.
One quick thing I want to bring up is when we were doing the off-season thing, Randy Forcier was the first one that said Mike Vrabel. He said it a year before it happened. Shout out to the great Randy Forcier.
I love that. I love that you always bring that up.
Well, when everybody was like talking about Mayo. When the talk was Mayo, you brought it up as an afterthought, and I was just like, yeah, it's actually would be an amazing pick to have Vrabel. Vrabel's awesome.
He's been awesome. Everything he says, like interaction after the game, shaking people's hands after the game, waiting for him in the locker room, like the way he warms up with guys. Guy's the man.
Yeah. A victory lap for Chris Bedard. That's me in this case. I really love the Josh McDaniels pairing with Drake Maye.
Yeah.
We're so lucky. Best case, we have a 5 or 6 year run with Drake and we lose Josh to another head coaching position.
I don't know, dude.
I just don't think it's going to happen. So it's like we're stuck with Josh, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he should just ride it out for the indefinite future with us, with Drake. He should not try to be a head coach again. Some people are better coordinators. Some people are better head coaches. He's that guy where he should probably just be an offensive coordinator, attach himself to a good quarterback that has a a long future ahead of them, and that's what we have here. So hopefully they stick it out with Vrabel as the head coach. Would be great.
Yep.
So, all right, that's Pat's talking NFL talk, because I don't want to talk too much NFL. There's plenty of stuff to talk about, but we're both excited about the Pats and Drake. But I do want to talk about the NBA season, because the season kicks off tonight. Got a couple games tonight. Celtics are playing on Wednesday night at 7:30 against the 76ers. A lot to look forward to. I love basketball season, so I want to talk about that.
It's the Western Conference this year, right? I mean,
what do you mean? As being good?
Yeah, it's like you look at what side's going to be better this year. It's probably the Western Conference. The
It's
East.
always the Western Conference, though.
Yeah.
Like they're stacked, and we'll go through all the teams, but yeah, I mean, the Western Conference, I mean, just with Thunder at the top of that list, like there's a lot of good teams out west compared to out east. And as we go through the over-unders, like I think you'll see who the teams are from the east, and it doesn't quite compare to the west.
I don't know that I want to get into Celtic stuff until we get to them, but I've been back and forth with where I think they're going to be, and I think they're going to be better than I want them to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to them. We'll definitely get to the Celts. So, okay. Things like, I guess, storylines going to the season that you're interested in. So I'll throw something out, and then you throw some stuff out. The first for me is just OK City coming back, defending their championship, not really losing anyone on the team. It seems like they're in pretty good shape to make a run at a repeat championship.
Yeah, some quick thoughts that I have about that is Shea is awesome. I mean, what he did in the playoffs last year is what you want your best player to be on your basketball team. Jalen Williams, he's going to miss the start of the season, but last year they were missing Chet. They were missing the big guy that they poached from the Knicks, and they still won a ton of games. As long as you have Shea doing Shea things, I think you're going to be fine. I don't think Jalen, not being around for the start of the season affects anything. That team is just so loaded. They have assets. I think they're going to run it back, man.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely are in the driver's seat for that. So I wouldn't be surprised. And we'll get to their over-unders on wins. I think it's pretty substantial. How about Lakers? Kind of just like the handoff between Luka and LeBron. I mean, LeBron's not even starting the season playing. He's hurt right now. It seems like Luka's back in good shape. Like, it's going to be a different season for the Lakers this year. Different look, different feel.
It's for the LeBron angle, you finally have a time after 22 years now, where you actually see LeBron losing his leverage. The Lakers did not offer him a contract. LeBron's sort of in this weird area right now. He's probably accepted the fact that Luka is going to be the alpha on the team. I don't know, man. He's clearly looking to play a few more years, it seems like. There's no retirement talks. His present team is not offering him a contract. Is LeBron okay with just playing out a year where all of a sudden, maybe this is like an Ala Brady type of thing where Pats just don't offer a contract and LeBron can pick and choose where he goes? It has a weird feel to it, is where I'm going.
It really does. And especially with him not even playing to start the season. It's kind of strange. I mean, can't expect him to come out hot, coming off an injury and playing very well. He's going to have to play himself back into shape and shake off the rust. And, it'll be a different start for the LeBron year. Maybe it'll be better for his overall performance throughout the course of the year, but it's definitely a different feel for that Lakers team.
It's interesting, too, because in the NBA, there's motivation for teams to lock up guys because you could use those contracts in future trades. In this case, if you're the Lakers, he probably wants a larger contract because he's never sacrificed on his contract. The Lakers are like, okay, we're not giving that anymore. But on the Lakers side, if you're not retaining your guy or locking him up for a few years, you're basically accepting the fact after this year you're allowing an asset to walk away, which is different in the NBA. I mean, the Lakers already have a history with this, locking Kobe up and going through those couple of years where things sucked, just watching Kobe sort of age out of the game.
Yep. So we'll see what happens there. You got some stars that have injuries that are, there's the 3 Achilles injuries between Tatum, Halliburton, Lillard. Like that will change the feel for this season and create an opportunity for some teams to kind of step up. So be interesting to see Again, we'll talk more Celtics later. If Tatum actually does come back this year, I've not heard that chatter about the same thing for Halliburton or Lillard. But, injuries and aging stars is definitely something that we're dealing with in the NBA this year.
It just seems like year over year, there's always just a handful of guys where they're just not around to start the season. The NBA product is weird like that. It really annoys me. Football's like that with injuries also. Every sport's like that, but it's like year after year, it's just always somebody's out.
I know. But the Achilles injury is strange. The three significant, the superstar level guys that are having those injuries, that's, something doesn't seem like that is right about that. You listen to other podcasts, a lot of people talk about how just the season's too long and the impact that playing the game has on people's bodies. It's inevitable that things like this happen and will happen more often. So that's not encouraging for me as a fan of the NBA.
Do you ever consider the fact, or does this cross your mind, is like, do these guys overtrain? Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds a little bit ridiculous. Same time, something's not right.
It's like actually, I could go down this rabbit hole. I have this theory with baseball players. It's like pitchers. They baby them now, but they're overtraining, but they're not throwing enough, and their arms aren't conditioned to throw as much. And you see all these injuries now with pitchers. And at the end of the day, it's like, just throw more instead of training more. But whatever.
I want to talk about the rookie class. The rookie class is pretty awesome this year. But I think we'll save that till we go over the over-unders, because I think the rookie class is going to be one of the better ones in the past 5-10 years.
I don't disagree with that, man. There's a bunch of guys.
I'm excited about that. It's going to be, actually, for the first time ever, I thought about getting League Pass, and I have no idea how much it costs. But I might get it just to watch all the different young guys, watch Coop play out in Dallas. I don't know. We'll see. But
here's something that I want to bring up. Where are you with Victor Wembanyama? Have you seen some of these preseason highlights? He's like dunking on people like Shaq used to.
That's going to be a fun team to watch. Like, that would be a League Pass team for me if I did get League Pass. Like, okay, who are the Spurs playing tonight? What time are they on? Because he's a freak. Again, I hope he can stay on the court, just kind of like those other guys we were talking about. He missed the back half of the season. But if he can stay on the court, dude's like top 3 guy in the NBA.
We've had guys in the past that have been physical freaks. Think Shaq in his prime. Guys that maybe changed the game. I've just never been around, or I've never seen a guy so tall move like that. And he's growing into his body still. Like I said, he just kind of had a couple of Shaq dunks recently where he's like plowing through people. I'm like, if this guy can move on the perimeter like that, sort of like Kevin Durant, so we've seen it with Durant, but man, if this guy's going to the basket like that, the league is fucked.
Yeah. They just reclassified his height. Last year, he was listed officially as 7'3", now he's listed officially as 7'5". Some people say like he was always 7'5", but he's still a young kid. I mean, he could have squeezed out a couple more inches, but 7'5" with that body and hit that skill set, it's pretty ridiculous. So, all right, you want to go conference, division by division, over under for wins, and then just kind of share our thoughts and use that as a basis for the conversation around each team?
Let's do it.
So I don't have, there's going to be some teams that we talk about that I just don't have a lot of opinion on, but others that I have plenty. So why don't we start with our Boston Celtics?
Okay.
Their over-under for wins is set at 41.5. And it's a good one because I kind of feel like it could go either way. There's been signs in the preseason to be optimistic, or reasons to be optimistic. They put up a lot of points, shooting a lot of threes, having some big margins of victory. Like, they could win 42 games.
I will let you say over under first.
I'm going to say over just because I want it to be under.
I secretly, I'm hoping like Jaylen Brown misses like 3 weeks. Maybe Pritchard sprains an ankle. I think this is kind of like the perfect year for the Celtics because the NBA draft is going to be good again. It would be cool to sneak into the lottery and then have Tatum back full next year, but that's not going to happen. I think we're too talented, and I think Tatum's going to come back sooner than we're expecting.
Yeah. I've seen him around a lot, just like social media, Sports Center, like NBA shows I watch. You see him kind of in the background of practice or see him at the games, and he's just around, man. And I don't know. I feel like you just said, I feel like he's going to come back at some point. And depending on where they are in the season, they're going to make a push. They're going to try to win games at least once he's back.
What's happened to the roster is you don't have Tatum, okay? So the change from the guys that we had to peel off, like Chris Tapps, that's going to be huge. Our center position, huge question mark. Yes. Kate coming back. We got Luke Garza. We got Luke Garza. Amari Williams we drafted, but I think that's a big subtraction. I think the center position is an issue for us. But losing Drew Holiday, I actually think they did a good job getting Anthony Simons in there.
A lot of Drew's numbers in the playoffs last year were not good, apparently, the way
Yeah.
he like was struggling covering guys. So maybe that's an addition by subtraction scenario. As much as I like Drew Holiday, he was a big part of that championship team. Maybe the timing was right. Maybe we improve.
So where am I going with this? Over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over. I mean, I wouldn't say they're going to win 50 games, but I could see them taking the over. And I'm kind of fired up to see Anthony Simons, see him shoot the ball, see him score.
Yep.
Seems like a scorer. Yeah. See how
So
that
I guess where I was going with that, you got an upgrade, in my opinion, on Drew, because Drew wasn't really that good last year. You took a step back with the center position, but whatever, we're going to shoot through that. And then eventually Tatum shows up. I think that overhits.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see Pritchard as a starter this year
Yeah.
and what he can do. That dude can score. He can just score the basketball, and he can shoot. He can drive and make plays. Like, it'll be fun to see him and see what numbers he can put up night in, night out as a starter.
Everybody's looking at what Jaylen Brown's going to do. I agree with you on Pritchard, but you know who's going to be sneaky as a scorer? I think Derek White.
Derek White's the man.
Yep. Hammer that over.
Yeah, I just got fired up about the Celtics again. So they're playing Wednesday night. I think I'm going to post this on that Wednesday. Playing the 76ers at home. Let's go. All right, next one. Brooklyn Nets. Over under 20.5. I do not have a lot to discuss about the Nets other than I know that they just have not made any big additions, and they're just kind of a team that's kind of floundering in New York, and I would take the under on them if I had to take anything.
Let's go under. I mirror those thoughts. I mean, who are you going to talk about on that team?
Nothing good going on in Brooklyn, unfortunately. But on the other hand, the New York Knicks, across town, their over-under is 53.5, and that is the second highest over-under in the East behind Cleveland, which I'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, New York Knicks, they're definitely the favorite in this division, one of the favorites in the conference.
So I'm going to go over immediately. And then I'm looking at the thought in my mind of like, what if it was like 55.5, 56.5? I still think I'd go over.
Really?
Yeah, just because the Eastern Conference, I think there's a stack of like 5 or 6 teams that maybe knock off like mostly Eastern Conference teams play 4 games against each other. Maybe four teams split those series. The Knicks hammer the rest of those in the East, and then they go out West and they're super competitive. I wouldn't be surprised if they're up 56, 57 wins.
So I'll reluctantly take the over too. A lot of people have them in the finals this year, which is interesting to hear. I mean, they had a good run in the playoffs, obviously knocked us out. Kind of thought we could have beat them, but again, the Eastern Conference is kind of weak. So, yeah, so that they could definitely be one of those favorite teams.
I thought Missoula, as good as he is that the double big lineup against the Knicks killed us. I wish we would have just went small and ran those guys off the court. Going double big with sick Kristaps was like a gift to the Knicks. So
yeah, unfortunately, you see Tibbs was in Boston the other day doing a practice with the Celtics and did like a tape rewatch of their playoff series games. We'd love to hear that breakdown.
Tibbs, I'm a big fan of Tibbs. I'm surprised they fired him.
I know, but he doesn't seem like a beloved guy. He just seems like a very smart basketball guy.
He's like the Buck Showalter of basketball. Buck
Showalter was that way?
Yeah, Buck got fired by the Yankees. They won a World Series in the next year. Buck got fired by Arizona, and the next year they won a World Series.
Love it. Well, let's hope the Knicks win the championship now that they fired him.
Why did I equate that? I don't know. That's what my brain does.
All right, next team, 76ers. Over-under is 42.5. Embiid is back. Paul George's out. Maxi's was great. He was an all-star last year. I take the under. I think that place sucks.
Let's elaborate on that. Why does it suck, Randy?
It just seems like a dysfunctional organization. Embiid, although he's starting the season, is he going to stay on the court? No. Paul George is too old. And they just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a well-run organization and a place that wins basketball games.
Looking at the roster right now, I think if you're going to pluck a guy and say, okay, I'll start with that guy, I Maxey is the guy that I would want first. I mean, as good as Embiid is, can you count on Embiid to play 40 games this year? Probably not. Paul George, dude, Paul George. Paul George is the guy where it's like at the end of his career, you're going to see that he makes $300 million. And then you're going to look at his games played, and he played like 35% of the games, and he won fucking nothing.
Nothing. 100 million honestly seems light to me. And I don't know what he's made. I was thinking like 500 million. He's had some freaking big contracts, and he's been playing for a while. I think, was he 36, 37? I'm going to look that up in the background while we're talking. But yeah, just not feeling the 76ers. What are you thinking for over-under?
Under. Yeah, I mean, Maxey, Embiid, right? Then George, Kyle Lowry's on that team.
That's right.
Oubre Jr., Jabari Walker. It's like Andre Drummond. If you're a Sixers fan, you just go into this every year. And you're like, yeah, we got Paul George. Yeah, we got Embiid. Yeah, we got Maxey. Okay, that's cool, guys. They're going to play fucking 30 games.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what the timetable is for Paul George's return, but I like that opening night game against them. I'll take that. I'll take the Sixers in Boston for opening night. And by the way, you were actually pretty freaking close to what he's made. He's made $354 million in his career.
354? Wow.
Nice guess. Solid amount of money.
I don't know why that ad was just playing in the background. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
Some weird stuff. All right, next team. Last one in the division, Atlantic Division. Toronto Raptors, 38.5. Don't have a good feel for the Raptors. I know it's a tough place for them to attract free agents, and everything they're doing is kind of homegrown or through trades, and they still have RJ Barrett. I don't know. Just in this case, I don't have a strong opinion. I'll take the under, but that's my thoughts.
I like that they got Brandon Ingram. I've always been a fan of his. So they got Ingram. Wow, I'm looking at the roster right now. It's like, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like the Isaiah Thomas Celtics. There's a couple of good guys, and then they got guys that fill in pretty nicely. But yeah, it's not a destination. They got to draft well. They got spurred by Kawhi a couple years ago, and it's like they're just kind of mired in this middle area. I'm going to go under. Even though I feel like I should say over in the East because they are semi put together, but I'll take the under.
Yeah. We'll save some other teams with the overs. Okay. Next team, Chicago Bulls. Over under 32.5 games. They still got Levine. They still got DeMar DeRozan. They have Lonzo Ball. Just seems like another organization that really can't get it together. Kind of throw them in that same bucket as the Sixers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under. I mean, how do you pick them to go over?
I am going to take them to go over just to be different from you, but yeah, I mean, it's a good over-under. 32.5 wins is not a ton, so I'll take the over for them.
Wow, Jesus. I'm looking at the roster. It's like, it's a rat pack.
Yeah.
Dude, it's really hard to be competitive in the NBA. All right, who's next?
Cleveland Cavaliers. They're over under 55.5 wins.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if those guys win 62 games.
Yeah, I'd hammer the over on them. Do I think they're going to go to the championship out of the East? I don't know that I do, but they have a solid team. Garland probably be healthier this year.
I like Jared Allen. Wow, that's this Mitchell Mobley.
So they actually do have Lonzo Ball. I misspoke on the Bulls thing. Lonzo Ball's actually on Cleveland now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a really nice looking team. Even like the second guy, like the guys coming off the bench, Max Strus, Dean Wade, Larry Nance Jr. Like it's one of those teams where it's like 3 or 4 guys actually could play like 25 minutes a game for the Chicago Bulls. They'll probably get like a dozen on this team. Maybe a sneaky angle with them just to speak on them a little bit more as if Ball's healthy and he's back. I've never been a big Darius Garland guy.
I mean, he was pretty good until he got hurt.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball is kind of it's funny to see how his career has evolved. When he came in and his dad was all over the place and he had those shoes, big baller shoes, is that what it was? And now he just seems like a quiet dude that you just don't really hear his name much. Obviously, he's been hurt a ton. If he came back and had a significant role on this team and they were the 1 or 2 seed out of the East, that would be pretty cool for him, I'm sure. Yeah. Because his career hasn't played out the way he thought it was, I'm sure.
How old do you think he is?
28. How old is he?
He's 27.
Wow, that's young, man. It's so young. He's like, if he can, hopefully his knee injuries are behind him. I forget the extent of what they were, but I think it was a pretty like serious knee injury. You know, kind of like who's that guy that used to play in the Trailblazers back in the day? Just like with bone on bone and just like something he'll never fully recover from.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Roy.
it was
It was
Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy or Brandon Roy.
And just his knee kind of cut short his career. You know, and Paul's been dealing with that.
I'm looking at the Cavs roster too. The oldest guy is 32 years old. This team is actually built to hang around for a little bit.
Yeah, hammer the over, and then they're in the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion, against the freaking Knicks again. Not again, but they had a playoff matchup.
I don't dislike it.
Okay, what do you think? What did you say? Over? You said over, right? 60-something games?
Yeah, I'd take the over. I wouldn't be surprised if they won 61, 62 games.
Love it. All right, next team. Detroit Pistons. Their over-under is 46.5. I'm going to take the over. Cade Cunningham's looking like a top 10 guy in the league. You know, he's been on the ascent over the past year or so, and I think that just kind of keeps going.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I watched actually some of their late season games last year, and I was more impressed with him than I thought I would be. Cade, Javonte Green, Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, Colby Jones. Duncan Robinson's playing for them now.
Duncan Robinson's still in the league, huh? Jeez, crow.
32 years old. 31 years old. 46.5, you said?
It is 46.5, my man.
So I'm going to take the under on that, but I think it's just going to be by a game or two.
Yeah, close.
Good roster. They're building something. Not next level something yet.
Yep. Love it. Okay, next team. Pacers. Yep. 37.5. That is like 10 games low because of the Halliburton injury. Unfortunately, he was freaking the man last year. Nembhard, they have McConnell, Pascal Siakam, Nesmith, I think just signed a 2-year, $40 million extension. So I would be inclined to take the over by a little on the Pacers, but having Halliburton be gone is a huge loss for them.
This is another team, like I feel like it's like similar to the Celtics, where they have guys that they just kind of plug in. The sneaky thing for me too is Siakam. He's like one of those guys on another team that I wish was on my team. He kind of has like that old school feel to him. He likes to bang a little bit, can face up and, you know, knock down jump shots. He could kind of bowl right through you, make big baskets. Jesus Christ, he makes $45 million a year.
Yeah.
To do that.
He's been good for a while, man, with the Raptors, and then he's 31 years old. He was good for them in the playoffs too.
If we do the Pistons or this over, and I know there's like some negatives here because of the injury to Halliburton, Miles is gone. I wouldn't put it past this team to be 500 though. I'm going to take the over.
Yep, love it. All right, Bucks 43.5. Thoughts on the Bucks?
Thoughts on the Bucks? I think it's time to trade the Greek.
I think it's going to come down to that. People are saying that they expect him to request a trade mid-season, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm going to take the under on them. I think they're past their peak, and they just don't have much. I mean, they got Miles Turner, Bobby Portis, Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent. I mean, they have some guys, but I'm not expecting much.
They also have Thanos and Alex Antetokounmpo, Cole Anthony, Amir Coffey, AJ Green, Gary Harris, Kyle Kuzma, the great Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis. See, this is not going to hit just because of basketball reasons, but this is not going to hit because I think this is the year that I think if you're the Spurs, you just throw a treasure chest of everything at the Bucks and say, hey, take it all. We'll take the Greek off your hands.
Yeah. All right, so we're both under there. Going to move on to the next division. Actually, going to speed it up a little bit too. Atlanta Hawks, 47.5 wins. I'm going to take the under on that. I just don't love what I've seen in Atlanta over the years. Although they do have Kristaps, be interesting to see how he plays.
I'm going to take the under. I think the point guard actually is a loser.
You think so?
It's just such a bold statement, but I've been at Celtics Hawks games, and granted they haven't had as much talent as the Celtics. And that kid just does not try hard.
Yeah. I mean, kid can hit some threes, but yeah. So I'll take the under there. Next team, Charlotte Hornets, 25.5 wins. I'm going to take the over. And friend of the podcast, Josh Longstaff on the coaching staff, so I have to take their over.
I also like Ball. I like the over also.
If he can stay on the court, dude, they got Miles Bridges, Con Knuppel, pretty solid. Colin Sexton, they got some guys, man. Like, they're young. Like, I would love to see them make some moves.
We said we were going to speed this up, but like Con is actually a sneaky like side piece to me that I kind of want to see do very well. You know, you had the Cooper Flag scenario at Duke, but Con was just out there balling as hard as Cooper was. I think he's going to be a better than average like NBA player.
Yep. I will look forward to seeing some Hornets games this year. Next team, Miami Heat. Over-under is 36.5 wins. What are your thoughts on them?
Under. Hero's been injury prone the last couple of years. Bam's Bam, but Bam needs good players around him.
To me, they really only have Bam. I mean, Terry Rozier's on the court, but I don't know, man. We probably got rid of him at the right time. They got Wiggins on their team, and they obviously have one of the best coaches in the league with Eric Spoelstra. I'm going to take the over, but I just don't think they're a great team.
Yep, under for beds.
So, all right, Orlando Magic, who's actually the highest win total over-under in this division, is 50.5. And they got a good team. They were first game in the playoffs. Like, I think people expect a lot out of Orlando this year.
50.5, huh?
Yep, I'm actually going to take the over on this myself. They have Banchero, Bane. They got some guys. I mean, Franz Wagner. I wish I always have a hard time saying. Right? Franz Wagner.
I mean, you dominated it, though. You went right at it. I'd stumble on it for 3 minutes. I like the over on that.
They're going to be a fun team to watch. You know, it's funny to me that Orlando has a freaking basketball team, but
Paolo Banchero. Is it Chero? Banchero. Regardless of how you say his last name, he's another player that I would love to pluck from another team and bring him to Boston. I love those guys that play strong, you know, that just determine their space, and you're going to have to kind of just deal with it. That's the type of player that kid is.
So, all right, we're overs there. Last team in the East, Washington Wizards. And not a lot of good stuff going on in Washington. I'm taking the under. 20.5 is the low. Brooklyn is 20.5 as well, and I think we both took the under. I'm taking the under on Wizards as well, and then moving on from them. They got Marvin Bagley, Chris Middleton, not a whole lot else.
CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton. Under. Hammer.
Yeah. Boom. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
See you later, Washington. All right, I'm moving on to the West.
Let's go.
Starting with the Denver Nuggets, 53.5 wins. Some people are saying they're reloading. They're going to make a run this year, and I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over, and I actually think this is a better basketball team than what they had when they won the last NBA championship that they have. I actually think their bench is deeper. They did a good job of sort of restocking that. And also the Joker is the Joker. The way that guy plays, he can play until he's 50.
He's freaking truly unbelievable. So, all right, 53.5, we're taking the over. That is a good basketball team.
Yep.
But they have some competition in that division. OK City is in this division as well. 62.5 wins is what their over-under is. I think they're going to be really good this year. And it might come down to Denver and OKC in the West, but I'm going to take OKC with the over.
Okay. Williams missing some of the start of the season. Everybody's going to come at them with their best game. Maybe there's a little bit of a hangover. That's a very high over-under. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to take the under.
Yeah, it is a high over-under. Don't get me wrong. But I'm thinking they could be a 65-win team. They're very, very good. They got the championship under their belt. So anyways, that's my thoughts.
Yep.
They also have Minnesota Timberwolves in this division. Their over-under is 48.5. And I've been thinking about this team. You know, it's like, when is Anthony Edwards going to make the leap? Everyone wants that to happen.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't know if I take him seriously as a player. He's good, but he's kind of a clown at the same time. You know, I don't know. And he hasn't really performed in the biggest moments. What are your thoughts?
He's definitely like pampered athlete. He's definitely like, he needs to grow up a little bit. I think the subtraction last year of Cat, when they did it, I think that was the timing of that kind of threw those guys off. But you could see like mid-season on, they started to gel. And Randall actually was a pretty decent fit over there where
Yeah.
that was going to be a disaster. Year two, Randall, hopefully he grows up a little bit. You know, the star on that team, whatever his name is.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the over on that. I'm a little bit more bullish on them than most, probably.
I'm going to take the over as well. I mean, 48.5 is a lot. I mean, it's a lot lower than OKC and definitely lower than Denver. So people aren't putting them in that top of the conference. But I'm going to take the over. We'll see what a full year of this team looks like, or year two, I should say. So next one is Portland Trailblazers, 34.5. Don't have a lot to say.
No.
I'm going to say they have a lot of money tied up in Lillard, who's not even playing. They have Drew Holiday. I'm going to take the under.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under. Thank you to the Portland Trailblazers for Anthony and also taking 3 additional years of a salary of Drew Holiday, who showed his age last year from us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty grim out there.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
They still got Time Lord out there, though. We'll always love that nickname.
Yeah.
Next team, Utah Jazz, 18.5 wins. That might be the lowest. Yeah, that's the lowest one I see. I'm going to hammer the over. Ace Bailey's been looking good this preseason. People are fired up about him. So maybe they go over. That's a very low over-under.
3 good players, though. Lance, the center, and Ace. Wow, 18, huh? Yeah. You know what, Randy? I'm gonna let you have that over. I'm gonna take the under, and I'm gonna be wrong.
That's really nice of you. Okay, cool. So Jazz, moving on from them, Golden State Warriors. This division actually has a bunch of teams at 47.5, but the Warriors 47.5. I am emotional about Horford. I'm going to take the over. I want it for him.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take I think these guys are going to miss a cluster of like 10 games each.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that they're going to be like 43 and 41. I'll take the under.
Oof, love that. Steph still got it or what? Steph's the freaking man, right?
There's just so much bitterness with me saying 43 and 41. You got Al, you got Curry that just came into Boston and just fucking banged us with no lube a couple years ago.
Oh, God. That's honestly why I think I fell in love with Curry, though. It was like a Rocky IV moment. Yep. I'm a Russian. You know, he comes into our house and I'm like cheering for Curry by the end of it. He was freaking incredible.
He does that, and then he goes into the USA games the following year, does his night thing while he has like KD on the team, LeBron. He's like, dudes, just step aside and let me hit 40-footers.
He's freaking unbelievable. I hope he's still got it. And the league's fun having him in it. The way he shoots the ball, the way he scores, he's the best.
Wait, I want to change my prediction. Still under.
All right, Clippers, 47.5. I'm going to say under because that's just a bad vibes team for me. The stuff in the offseason with Kawhi and that contract, did you follow that at all?
Yeah, I followed it a lot. That clearly was a way for him to get more money on the side.
Right?
Yeah.
Ballmer, the richest owner in the league. It makes you wonder how much he knew or didn't know, but it's definitely weird. You know, he never really plays that much anyway. He's always hurt. Harden's older. I mean, they had a frisky team last year, but I'm going to take the under on the 47.5.
Real quick, Kawhi 34, James Harden's 36 years old, Bogdanovich 33, Bradley Beal 32, Batum 36,
Chris Paul 40. Don't forget about him.
Chris Paul 40, Zubac. Wow, it's actually all the names look really good. I'm going to take the under just because of like injury history.
Yeah, same. Okay, next team, Lakers, 47.5 as well. I am going to take the over on them. I think Luka has a big year. There's a lot of emotions with that trade last year and how he came in, like what shape he was in, where his head was at once that trade was made. Clearly his team. And they get, DeAndre Ayton. Not that that's a big addition, but you get LeBron coming back in a couple weeks, hopefully rejuvenated. I think they're going to go on a little bit of a run at some point, surprise some people. That's my pick.
Yeah, I like the over too. And I don't think that's LeBron James related in any of that thought. I just think Luka, you have Darth Luka right now.
So with Darth Tatum last year, Darth Luka this year. Love that.
Yeah.
He really does look good this offseason. Like he's clearly taking the offseason seriously. He's lost a bunch of weight. What did he lose, 30, 40 pounds? I'm anxious to see him play.
Maybe it will be written someday where even though he only played with LeBron 2 years, let's say LeBron's gone after this year, you have to think he knows why he got moved from Dallas. The stuff behind the scenes, drinking, all of that stuff. He was heavy. You saw him in the NBA Finals against the Celtics. He was playing matador defense. He was out of gas. He goes to LA and he sees Alien James in his routine of taking care of his body. I actually think in a few years you'll actually hear Luka admit, I saw LeBron James and what he did, and it was like one of those things where I thought maybe I should be like that.
Maybe it's the best thing for him. So it'll be fun to watch him play. Next team, Phoenix Suns, 30.5 wins. I'm going to take the under.
Yeah.
Another bad vibes place. Our boy Matt Ishbia from the mortgage industry, owner over there, freaking driving them off a cliff. All they got is Devin Booker, maybe Dylan Brooks, but not a lot of good stuff going on out there.
The Phoenix Suns unfortunately have this history of like just having really nice teams and just completely dissembling it horribly. It never works out for them. Bad vibes, like you said. Matt, enjoy your 22-win Phoenix Suns.
Love it. All right, next team. Sacramento Kings. I have to tell you, did you watch Starting Five last year with Sabonis?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about on Netflix?
Yes.
He had a few really good games against us, and I was like, man, Kings are getting really good. Sabonis is very, very good. He kind of tailed off the back half of last year, but I thought he was awesome. Now they have Russell Westbrook. It actually looks like Levine's on this team as well. DeMar DeRozan's on this team as well. So I kind of misspoke earlier. I'm going to take the over on the 35.5, but that's not many wins. I don't think they were super competitive, but I'll take the over.
Wow, you're taking the over on that. I love that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take the under.
And there might not be much else to say. Next one, Dallas Mavericks, 41.5. We're emotional about this. I'm going to hammer the over on that. It seems like a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, we're going to hammer the over. Also, let's discuss why it wouldn't hit. Anthony Davis, another big with injury history. Is he actually going to show up for 75 games? Probably not. Kyrie Irving is out for a little while, but then you get the Cooper stuff. There's so much hype right now.
The alley-oop dunks, the way he's dribbling, the way he's moving. I am going to really enjoy watching that kid play basketball for the next 20 years, knowing that he's from about an hour and a half from where we live. That's the coolest freaking thing. I honestly can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
So neat. I think it's neat that he says Larry Bird's his favorite player. That's a guy. It almost reminds me of like Will Harriman liking older things because he had influence from his father. You could clearly see with his parents that Celtics 80s influence drove probably a lot of conversations in that household at that kitchen table when basketball was being discussed.
So cool. Happy for the kid. I hope he lives up to the hype. It looks like he is going to. I mean, these preseason games are just preseason games, but he looks like he belongs, and he looks like he deserves that number one pick from what I've seen so far. It'll be a fun team to watch.
He'll be the only athlete that I follow from the beginning that's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. So, all right, 41.5, hammer the over. Houston Rockets, 54.5. Obviously big KD signing. Van Fleet got hurt not that long ago, so that was a big loss. They have a young core. They got a great coach in Ume. I'm going to hammer the over, but I don't know. I think it'll be close.
It's definitely going to be close, and I'm going to lean the opposite way just because your best player is up there in age, and it's more probable than not he's going to miss some games, and in a competitive West, everybody's coming after you. So it's not going to be by much, but I'm going to take the under.
Yeah. They will be a fun team to watch. I think they had the 2 seed last year, so if they got the over on the 54.5 wins, they're again a 2 or 3 seed, and they're up there with OKC, maybe Denver, as one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the conference.
Yep.
All right, next team, Memphis Grizzlies, 39.5 wins. Hammer the under. Don't have good vibes in Memphis.
Ditto. Yeah, ditto.
Ja Morant, man, a few years ago, and we probably had the same conversation about him. He just seemed like such a future star, and he's fallen far, and they just don't have much on that team. Jaren Jackson's a great defensive player, but it's not like he's going to carry the team to 40-plus wins. And who knows what happens to Ja Morant. He's going to flash his gun in the locker room and be suspended for 3 years. I don't know.
So funny. I've been trying to not go off on that, but it's like with one of your better players having a history of just being so juvenile. How do you get past that? Well, time. We're sort of in the middle of that, in the middle of the phase of him proving himself. Plus, last year he missed some games due to injury, so it's like, yeah, I got under vibes also.
All right, next team, Pelicans, over under 30.5.
I okay, cool, Zion. You showed up in shape.
Congrats.
Yeah, good job, bud. All right, let's look at that roster to give it a little bit more thought. Man, what is on this team? Murray, Jordan Poole, Jesus, Zion. Actually, there's not much here. There's enough there to make you feel like it's worth going to a Pelicans game, and then they're going to be beat by 15 to 20 every game.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take the over just because someone's got to go over on all these things. So I feel like I'm taking a lot of unders. But yeah, I don't feel great about it. Next team, last team, San Antonio Spurs, 44.5. And I'm surprised it's 44.5 and not higher. I mean, we got a young team, but you got Dylan Harper, you got Wembanyama, have Castle, who was a rookie of the year. I'm going to take the over. I think Spurs are going to be good.
Randy, how many games did the alien play last year?
Do you know the answer to that?
I do.
I would say 26.
41.
Okay.
82 games in a season. His rookie year, I think he played 70, 75. I just hope the kid stays healthy. I think that overhits because I think they're going to make a big move with their assets. Second half of that season is going to be something else for them.
No. Yeah, they'll be fun to watch. They're a potential league pass team for me. All right, those are all the teams. We talked about every single roster, at least most of them. Who do you get in the championship?
Starting out west, oh man, I really like Denver's team for some reason. It's hard to go away from OKC. It's super hard to go back to back. We start with the Celtics. Just to be different, I'm going to go Denver.
Okay, I have Denver too. Just the same thing. It's hard, dude. It's hard to repeat. If any team is built to do it, it is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I like Denver too, man. Everything I've heard about him, Jokic is going to continue to build that legend this year with the season he has. So I'm going to take them out of the West. What do you got out of the East?
Ooh. Hey, I really want to say the Knicks. I don't like the new coach scenario. I just think Cat's a career loser. I think it's the Cavs year.
I think it comes down to those two teams. I'm going to take the Knicks. That's at least what I had in my head. But as we were talking about this, I do think Cleveland's going to be pretty good. So it'll be a competitive, at least top two in my eyes in the East. But I'm going to take Denver versus the Knicks, and then I'm going to take Denver winning it. Jokic winning the MVP.
Okay, how many games?
What do you mean? In the finals?
Sorry, in the NBA finals. How many games will that go?
I would say 6, but could be less. I don't think they bring it to the 7. I think Denver's just going to be the better team for sure.
Okay, let's say something crazy. Let's go Cleveland beats the Denver Nuggets in 6 games.
Love it, dude. I actually think I would like that more, just for that storyline. Just Cleveland winning it again. Hasn't won it in 10 years since LeBron and the Cavs beat the Warriors. So that'd be awesome. Who's the MVP of the league for you?
Ooh, MVP of the league. Oh man, it's actually I'm leaning Joker again. If the alien plays a full slate, it'll be hard to look away from it because I just think he's going next level. I don't know if I could trust the guy to play that many games.
He's going to be a future MVP for sure.
Yeah.
I think he needs to have some really good seasons before he has that great MVP season. So I would expect an improvement this year from last, but I don't know if he's MVP ready yet.
So if I'm going to go this deep with like the Denver thought they get out of the West, that means Joker had an amazing year. Let's go Joker having like an 87 bird season. Winning the MVP.
Love it.
Yep.
Oh, it's funny that we're on the same page though, because I do think he's going to have a good. He's one of those guys, like maybe LeBron or MJ wasn't back in the day, where if you look at his stats and the impact that he has on his team, he truly could win MVP every year. But I think he wins it again this year. Kind of cements that legacy.
Love it.
So, key of the year conversation. In my eyes, you have Cooper, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. Does Cooper pull it off? Does he get the actual Rookie of the Year? Or is it one of those guys or someone else? You get Edgecombe, you get Trey Johnson.
Cooper's situation is set up pretty nice for him to be a guy that plugs in right away, takes enough shots to average 18 and a half plus a game. He's long and lengthy. He's going to play some great defense. Hopefully he stays healthy. He's going to rebound the basketball. It's just aesthetically, his game is aesthetically pleasing, and I think it's going to translate on the scoreboard. I just think the world of the kid. I know he's a Maine kid. I know there's all of that stuff for us, the angle of that because we live in Maine. He's just going to go next level, I think. And it's going to be fun to watch as an 18-year-old doing it.
You know, I saw his shoes come out the other day, and I never buy basketball player shoes. I'm like, I think I'm going to buy some freaking Cooper Flag New Balance shoes. Okay. I haven't done that yet. But, like, just the fact that I had the thought of it was just kind of a funny thing. I probably will never buy them. But, you know, I want to support the kid, dude. I want to like the kid. I want him to do good. And what I've seen has been nothing but positive. Last year with Duke, this year in the preseason, all the stuff that he's done in the offseason with, like, legit NBA stars, he belongs there, man. I think it's his Rookie of the Year to lose.
I like the fact, too, that you could just see the difference between a good player and a great player. He plays great. He sees things. He anticipates things. A little bit of a hitch in his jumper in certain situations, but he's young. I just love everything about that player.
Cool. All right, man. A lot of fun NBA stuff to look forward to. Again, kicks off fall tonight, Celtics tomorrow night. So we'll follow. I'll try to post our picks and follow up on them in another 8 or 9 months. I don't have much time because we're running long. That was fun to talk about all that stuff. Anything you want to talk about Red Sox post-mortem wise on the season? That was fun, right? That was fun baseball year.
Fun baseball year. I don't think that they did enough at the deadline, but I don't know what they would have done to make them better at the deadline. Ultimately, I think the unfortunate thing that happened was Roman Anthony getting hurt. You could not have a larger subtraction in a lineup that just needed him to stay in it. Bregman tailed off at the end of the year, and it was just kind of a downward spiral effect for the rest of the lineup with Roman out. So,
yeah, we peaked too early, and that loss was just terrible timing. We would have had to make it to the ALCS for him to come back, and I don't know. It just seems like it wasn't our year, but it was a good year, karma-wise, momentum-wise. Looking forward to the offseason, looking forward to next year, looking forward to all these young guys we have coming back and playing together. It's going to be a freaking ton of fun.
I think if you can – so Story and Bregman can opt out. Okay,
I think Story said he was not opting out, right? And Bregman is? Or did I read that wrong?
No, you're right. But I think let's say that both of them opt out and we figure that out. So we're fine at those positions. I think what you need in the offseason is to figure out your first base situation. And if you do, that's going to be huge. Preferably a right-handed bat because we have way too many.
Is it going to be Pete Alonso?
Man, I would give up everything for that kid in our lineup.
And it's going to be big money. And it's just like the Red Sox don't spend big money anymore.
In theory, we have it because we got rid of Devers.
We 100% have it, dude. We've always had
it. So additional things that I think you could figure out a way to get another arm in the rotation. And I think if you could find another baller arm for the pen, I think the pen is already amazing. Add another good arm to it, and it's just next level amazing. Figure out another arm in the starting rotation. And I think a way that you can sort of facilitate that is, I think this is the year Duran's moved in the offseason. Yeah.
I like him a lot. I like his energy. He had a big miss in the outfield this year in the playoffs that I think kind of came back to bite us.
Yeah, so. I agree. So thank you, Red Sox, for a very good season. Let's give us a decent to above average offseason. And let's go next level big baseball guys next year.
Huge baseball guys. Okay, last thing then. World Series is set. Dodgers versus Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Do the Blue Jays have any chance of beating the Dodgers?
Yeah, chip in a chair scenario. I think they're a good baseball team. Vladdy's hitting the ball. Actually, it was a nice time for him to sort of wake up the last series against Seattle, so that was huge. Man, the Dodgers are so stacked.
They really are. And Ohtani is, they'll be talking about that game from the other day forever. 3 home runs, 10 strikeouts, 6 scoreless innings, something like that. Just a truly incredible game. He seems like people throw hyperbolic stuff around a lot, once in a lifetime stuff. Like, he truly seems like a once in a lifetime player, like once in a maybe ever player, which is a weird thing to say when you think about what he's doing, though. It's pretty impressive.
Still jealous that the Dodgers got him. I'm still jealous that the Dodgers creatively did that contract to avoid all of the tax implications. It was just so perfectly done to get that guy in that market.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to take the Dodgers, though. With that all said, I don't think that Toronto wins two. I don't even think they win two games. Maybe get one. I'm saying Dodgers kick their butt.
Such a weak take on my part, but I agree with you.
Yeah. All right, dude. That was a freaking long one, man. We freaking talked about a lot of stuff. Good hour. Good hour of basketball, football, baseball. Kind of caught it all. A lot of fun stuff. Love this time of year.
Yeah, let's see what happens the next couple months.
So, all right, we'll be back next month. All right, Bill?
All right, buddy.
See you, bud.